Hello everyone, welcome to or back to my channel. I'm the Dollholic and here I post just videos about my Barbie dolls, whether it's DIYs or little like Barbie series. Today's video is Halloween spooky-ish DIY things for your dolls because I'm a big fan of Halloween and I'm sick of summer and I just want to do something fun. I was thinking of doing some videos of like decorating the doll space for spooky season eventually when we're closer to it, and maybe also dressing my dolls for fall, so let me know if you're interested in that. Or if you have any suggestions for fall or slash spooky season content, go ahead and let me know because I'm really excited to make videos centered around that. Some of these DIYs are things that I have made before in the past, but I think that I could do a better job at them now, so redoing old DIYs. These are the pumpkins I did a few years back using the My Froggy Stuff recipe I'm using today, except they're kind of cracked and old, and I just think that I can do a better job. So here I am just mixing up the ingredients and then kneading it together. I had to add a little bit more water and then a little bit more flour because it was too sticky and I didn't like the way that it felt. So after I got it to the consistency that I liked, I started shaping my pumpkins. I was originally using a toothpick to kind of add that like the creases that pumpkins have in them, but then I realized that using a spoon is actually easier and faster. I pretty much just repeated the same process for the rest of the pumpkins that I made, except I changed up the sizes a little bit. The last pumpkins that I made, I didn't add stems or anything to them, so they looked a little bit like empty. So this time I made a stem and then like made a little hole in the center of the pumpkin and then added it. I wanted to make cookies for the dolls too and then decorate it like candy corn, so this is the triangle I made. And then I also wanted to make a witch hat, which didn't really turn out how I wanted it to turn out, so I ended up reshaping it. I also tried making a gingerbread man just so that I would have it ready for Christmas time. I attempted to make a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin and it ended up looking just kind of uncanny and creepy looking. I don't know, I don't like the way it looked. It looked like somebody chopped off a doll head and then like put it in the oven or something and dried it out, and then like that's what happened. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me though. Then it was time to cook everything in the oven. After they baked and cooled for a bit, it was time to paint them. And yes, the uncanny jack-o'-lantern still looks uncanny. Seriously, like what is this? This is the paint that I have on me and am using for the pumpkins. And since I don't really have a lot of other paint colors, I'm just using nail polish for the rest. And since the cookies are like supposed to be like frosted cookies, I'm only covering the top part of it. And now it's time to let it all dry. I think those turned out better than the last time, which was also the first time that I had tried making those pumpkins. The next thing I'm going to make is little cloth like pillow pumpkins. This is from when I first made them a few years ago, I don't remember when, and it just has like this foam as the stem. You're going to cut out your pieces of fabric depending on how big you want the pumpkin pillow to be. This has the outside part, like the good side of the fabric. This is the part of the pumpkin that's going to be on the outside after it's made. So I have both of the outside parts together so that the inside part is facing me, because that's the part I'm going to sew on, if that makes sense. If you don't want to sew it, you can also use glue, but I prefer hand sewing it because, unless I'm lazy, I prefer hand sewing it because it's neater. I'm better at sewing things than I am at gluing things. gonna sew around. This needle is super sticky, oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm gonna sew around the edges. This is what it looks like. And fold this in to shape it how small I want it, and then sew this closed. But before I do that, I'm gonna cut a piece of green fabric. And I'm gonna turn this into the stem. So I'm gonna sew these two sides down and then turn it inside out, stuff it the same way that I did this, and then this will be the stem. I forgot to explain this, but I just turned it inside out and then used yarn to stuff it because I ran out of stuffing. I tied the yarn off so that it would be kind of thicker on the bottom so that it would stay in place better when I put it in the pumpkin. I'm not sure if I'm really explaining this enough, but I hope that seeing what I'm doing helps you understand the process in case you want to also make the same thing. So here I just added the stem like I had planned to do and then sewed that closed. This is what it looks like after, maybe like a weirdly shaped carrot or just a sack, but it's like such a trust the process thing. It's okay, we can fix it. Now we're gonna add the indents that pumpkins have, the way this pumpkin has, using thread again. I did not realize how bad of a camera angle this is, so I'm gonna do my best to try to explain what I'm doing. I'm taking my needle and thread and then starting from the bottom side of the pumpkin, since you're not gonna see that part, and then go all the way through until it comes out from the top of the pumpkin. Then we're gonna kind of like squish it so it can go back down to the bottom part again. Then push it through all the way through until it comes out to the top again. And you gotta really pull on it, and then that'll like kind of squish it down. And then we're gonna just repeat that process, kind of like making loops with the thread all the way around the pumpkin. And you can make it as far apart from the other thread or as close together, however you want your pumpkin to look. This is how cute the pumpkin looked after I finished doing that. After this, I just took an extra step, and to try to clean up a little bit of how messy it looks, I sewed the insides of the pumpkin around the stem closer together. I think it's better explained if you just see what I'm doing. The thing that you can do is more pillows. You can do this with different prints. Like there's Halloween fabrics you can get if they're on sale. I have a few pillows that I have made from past years. So here I'll show you how I do it. It's really simple. Here I just have a scrap of bat fabric. Just cut it for how big you want it to be. And I'm going to sew around the edges here, leave this open, then flip it out, stuff it, and then sew that closed. I don't have any stuffing to rent out, so I'm just using yarn that I don't really use. I kind of rushed this one so it could be neater, but I just wanted to show you how I make my pillows. You could also do the same thing to make a blanket. This is a blanket that I had made with the same technique, I guess, where I just cut a bigger piece of fabric and then I sewed the edges, flipped it inside out, stuffed it a bit so that it would look more like a comforter, and then sewed it shut. You can also do the same thing if you go to the store and get socks for cheap. You can take a sock and then cut around the edges of, if there's a photo on it that you want for a pillow, or if it's just a design you want, cut it in the shape you want, and then do the same exact thing, turn it inside out, stuff it, and then you'll have like a pillow of whatever was on the sock. So I'm just gonna turn it inside out. I'm just gonna cut the bottom off at where I want the pillow to end. I just sew down here, then I'll flip it over, stuff it, because I want this to be more of a rectangle kind of pillow instead of just being his silhouette. Okay, well that was it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, whether you wanted to see a tutorial on how to make your own DIY Halloween spooky things for your dolls, or if it was just entertainment. I hope that you enjoyed. I feel like I was going to say something and I can't remember what, but thank you for watching. If you'd be interested in seeing more videos in the future, you can like and subscribe or comment or whatever. Bye bye.